Okay, recording on progress. Okay, let's continue now. So we almost close, right? We almost close. So we already have a EIGRP here, and then we have a EIGRP in here, and also we already have a OSPF, right? Everything in here should be working fine with the OSPF. Now we just want to, and also we already have a demo. Also, if we have a redistribute static into the OSPF is working fine, but we still have a problem, right? So we try to find out if that is the real problem or not, right? About the EIGRP, right? So let's go back to just for example, because this is the H router in here. So this router here, we have like a BGP, OSPF, and EIGRP, right? Let's cancel this one here. So we have a good refresh or not in here, right? So for example here, see when we show run section, right, and then router, just say router, it should be bring up. Now we have a BGP, we see we have a EIGRP, we have OSPF, and also we have a BGP, right? So now we try to advertise, not advertise, right? Because the only thing in here that, because our requirement is we not allow the loopback, right? Everything the loopback in here, everything the loopback in here, it is not allowed. No, because this is EIGRP, right? That's what I mean, because we have an EIGRP, right? And then we learn it, right? But somehow in here, we cannot learn on this side because this side is a EIGRP, this is OSPF. So that only this guy can helping us. This guy say, okay, since I have a EIGRP and OSPF, so this guy say, okay, I'm going to help you. I'm going to redistribute the EIGRP into the OSPF. So then the rest of the network in here. So for example, one admin in here, if the admin connect to the switch here, because the admin should be able to connect cross the VPRS or cross the something else in here. Okay, this we don't know yet because this is a we come back to this I just don't want to confusing you. Okay, just focus about in here at the moment. All right, so let's go back to this router. Okay, so now see first thing, we say for example we show route again here EIGRP. Let's just verify. See, we have the EIGRP, so we have an 8 and 9 in here, right? So we have an 8 and 9, and also in here when we show. See, when we show like IP route, just the global routing, but we try to look for 10.255, see only .2.3, and we don't see anything .8.9, right? So just to verify again, show OSPF, see, because we should be learning from OSPF for all management interface IP. You see, we got 11, we got 2.3, we got 7.4, but we don't have an 8 and 9 because 8 and 9 in here. 8, this is 8, 9. Okay, this I forgot this one here, maybe 12 or something like that, right? So that is means everything in here from this behind, we're still not learning yet, right? So that is mean hopefully this VPS router in here, because we have a like OSPF and we have a EIGRP. So hopefully this router can help us to redistribute the EIGRP to here, right? Okay, let's do it. So let's come back again to this router, right? So normally, remember in here, right? So for example, we're going to config key again, right? We're going to config key again. So we're going to say router, EIGRP, no, EIGRP, OSPF, right? So we should forget OSPF. Come on, OSPF 1. Right, so now we should same thing again. We should be using this command redistribute EIGRP, right? And then we have the AS number, right? That should be number 1. So now we have to do question mark. So last time we try say, okay, if I want to tag, right, like tag 90, because EIGRP it should be 90, the 80 is 90, right? So because when they look at show IP route for those IP address, I can see, oh, okay, this is learning from EIGRP, something like that. This is just only tagging, okay? Just only tag. So just like it doesn't mean anything for this tag, okay? Just like something identify or classify, give us idea, right? So everything when redistribute, everything in here, oh, okay, so we're learning from EIGRP, something like that, okay? So now, see, for example, in here, last time, see in here, when we put the question mark in here, right? And I hit enter. So last time we tried to hit enter in here. Yep, see, same thing again. We have this error. Okay, we have this error. So only classful network will be redistributed. So what that mean, right? But then when we do show run in here, see, when we do show run in here, section, just router, OSPF again, do we write? Yeah, it's already right into it, right? It's supposed to be work, right? But then when we go to here, when we show again, see, we don't see anything like external or something that the loopback 8.9. So why? So just because this command in here, this warning in here. So what does this mean in here? So you have to understand what is this classful network. Okay, so for me is, you see, I'm thinking classful network. What is a classful network, right? Sometimes the classful network could be mean anything, all right? Or could be something about, because something we call a default network, okay? Because EIGRP or something, they can advertise, or OSPF are there, something like a, remember if we say advertise just the network without include the subnet mask, if everything is a default. What that means default? Remember the default is like this. If you have a is class C network, 255.255.0, that is mean like default. So that is mean that IP is a default in /24, right? If you have a like 10.0.0.0, right? So the normally the default subnet mask should be /8 should be like this, right? You see, that is a default network. I mean, with a default subnet mask, right? If you have a like 16, like a class B, something like this, right? And the same thing, the default to be 255.255.0.0. You see, that we call is like a default network. Right? That we call a default network, right? But then look at that in here, right? Everything in here. So for example, if we go back to this, router again, you see here. If we go back this router again, you see here, hit enter. When you show run interface, I just give you an example here. Show IP run, you see IP interface brief here. Okay, so now you show run, you see, in here, say loopback 999, you see here, oh, show run loopback 999. You see here? Oh, come on, show run should be interface loopback 99, right? You see? That is because in here, see, we're using /32. See in here, we're using /32. It's a 255, 255, 255, 255. So that is mean this guy, it could be maybe the issue because this one is not default. You see, it's not default, right? How about can we prove it? If that is because that is in the case, right? So how we want to prove it? Well, let's say we create another loopback in here just for on purpose, right? So say interface loopback. Say okay, so maybe this time we call it 8888. Okay, so this is for description here. This is for testing. Okay, just for testing. You see. Okay, we have a testing loopback in here, right? All right. So for example, if I want to advertise, say for our demo here, just for example, if we're using 7.2.16.0. So on. So we're going to say IP address in here. IP address in here. So we say if you want to use 17.16.1, say this is the network.8, right? And then we're going to use the default. we're going to say use on purpose in here. We try it 255.255.0.0. See this? Oh, this is a big. No, this is /16. You know, okay, but just for demo anyway, right? Because just to prove the concept. You know, is that complaint about? Is that they looking for what does mean that classful network? See? All right. So just hit enter. You see? We're using the whole /16. Okay, and then so we need to advertise this one, right? We need to advertise this one into the EIGRP, right? Because we create in here, and then we have to advertise into the EIGRP, and then this router is going to be learned from EIGRP, and then redistribute it into the OSPF, right? Let's see it's working or not. So in here, so you go back again here, exit out first. Right, so let's say we want to exit out. So now we're going to say router. We're going to say EIGRP 1. So because we need to advertise, right? So we're going to say network here. So network, we're going to grab this one, 172.16.0.0. You see, and then we're going to use the wildcard. The same thing, the wildcard 255. You see, that is mean this one here. We just reverse it. You see, we just reverse it. This is the wildcard, right? So that, okay, so that's the default. So we hit enter now in here. Boom. Okay, so now we go back to this router first. So we log into this router first. This router, right? So it's learning or not, right? So for example, if we go back to this router again in here, so exit out. So now we show in here. See, we show IP route EIGRP. Do we learn that network? Yeah, that's beautiful. You see, we learn this network with the /16. You see, /16 is a default, right? So now because we already redistribute. See, we already redistribute this, right? So now let's guess in here. Do we learn it in here, right? So now we go to say show IP route OSPF. Ha! Beautiful. Look at that. Beautiful. Look at that. E2 is external. You see? Oh, okay. So that might be the issue. You see, that might be the issue. You see, if we're using the default network, you see, it's learning from E2. E2 is mean external route. That is mean in this case that because external is mean we redistribute EIGRP into the OSPF. So that's why OSPF is learning. Okay, this is from external. Okay, so now if we want to prove it now, so you see here, if I say show IP route, just say something here like this. You see, do we have the tag? Do we have a tag in here? Let's just try. So we know it's a 1110 is OSPF, right? Oh, beautiful. Look at it's tag 90. That's what I mean. You see? When I see the tag 90 in here for our design, I mean, oh, okay, this network is learning from EIGRP. You see? Got it? So far, so good?
Mm-hmm.
Just to prove the concept, right? Now, do you understand what I mean? See, when we redistribute, right, we go to tag 90 because EIGRP is always 90. What that means, EIGRP is 90. See in here, if we go back to this router again in here, when you do, oh, I don't want to hear. I want to remove this one. Hold on. So if you go back to here, see, yeah, see 90. So when you see 90, that is mean it's EIGRP, the 80 number, right? So now. So and then we see in here, we redistribute into EIGRP. So now we show 90, right? So now it's working. You see 90. Beautiful. So this is just give you a demo. Okay. So now what happened now? So for here, how can I advertise here now? Okay, because this one is not the default. That's why maybe it's not working, right? Let's go back to here again. And then we have to look at this command again. What else can we fix by this command? Right? Let's go back again in here. See? And then we go back to complete key in here again. Complete key. And then we're going to say the router, OSPF 1. You see here? Right? OSPF 1 in here. So now in here, right? For example, So I'm going to repeat again this command. You see here, just let me highlight this one first, the whole thing in here. I'm going to here, you see here, and then now I have to put a question mark in here. Oh, now what that mean in here? You see here, subnet. To consider subnet for the redistribution into OSPF. So in here, so that maybe we need this one, followed by this one, like this, followed by like this. So why we need to follow by subnet in here? I believe, see, if I not go back to book, my understanding subnet is mean, let's say, is a specific network. Okay, so it's mean more detailed. Okay, beside the default is more detailed because when we do the subnet thing, right, we can like from the summary route, we can break it down, right, to make a smaller network. You see, like subnet thing, right? That's the beginning that I teach you about when we do IP design. You see, so this is more specific, like a more smaller, network. Oh, could be okay. Let's hit enter now. Okay. Once I hit enter in here, so go back to here again. So now what is the difference again? So when I show IP route OSPF, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Look at that. Now we learn more. You see 8, 9. Beautiful. So that is mean, you see, you have to remember in the when you redistribute EIGRP to OSPF, so make sure this have to be followed. If you have a like not default network, you have to be followed with this command. Now, this could be happen in the exam. They're on purpose. You see, in the exam like that, they're going to on purpose. If they have a multiple choice, say, hey, A is only tag 90, B, and then after 90 has something like that. So asking you which one is the correct answer. You got it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So now it's beautiful. You see now, you see from here, I should be able, see from here, from this here, I should be able using the OSPF and then come to here using the EIGRP. So I should be able to ping this network. All right. Let's try it here. See here. Ping here, you see ping 10.255.255.8. Beautiful. Okay, that 9 is beautiful again. Okay, so now, okay, so in this case, it should be happy, right? Okay, so now because we have to remove for testing, right? We cannot just leave it like that because sometimes maybe the design in our DMZ zone. So for example, in the DMZ zone in here, if we want to use like a separate from the 10 network, because maybe 10 network is from our internal network, right? Because maybe we use the 172 for our DMZ zone, right? For our DMZ zone, like that's why we try to segment. If you speak for firewall, we could say we have an outside firewall that is been facing the external, and then we have a DMZ zone that is facing like maybe like kind of those kind of like another risk level area. Okay, and then we have an inside. So I'm saying outside DMZ and inside. So maybe our inside network we're using 10 network, but now since we still don't have 172 yet in our network, that's why I said this is just for testing. But after the testing now, we have to be removed. Okay, so we cannot say left over like that, and otherwise it's otherwise when there's something issue something like that, they're going to be yellow. So who's inject this command, mess up the whole network. You see? All right, so let's go back to here again. So we have to be removed, right? So in here, do show run again in here section. So we're going to play EIGRP, router EIGRP in here. Okay, so now, oh, not in here. We should be on here. That's why on purpose in here. So we have to be saying no. You see, we have to be saying no. Now, EIGRP and OSPF, when you remove something, the network is very fast than BGP. What? If I hit enter, when we go back to the other side, it's going to be automatically quick too to remove from the routing table. See, go ahead in here. See, instead like a BGP, you have to wait, you have to clear something like that, right? So here, just say, okay, bingo here, say remove it, boom. So now when we go to here, now when you show up in here again, it should be quick, okay? Or maybe didn't update yet. Okay, didn't update yet, you see? Okay, it's still here. Okay, but how about this side here, right? You show IP route. Come on, OSPF. Yeah, here it's gone, right? So see, we don't see anymore. And how about in here? Oh, it's interesting. It's still there. Oh, come on. Are you sure? Oh, this is OSPF, right? And OSPF. Oh, see, I need to go back to book again now. I thought like it's I think if the one link go down, like if you lost the one go down like that, maybe OSPF same thing. They automatically recalculate, the database, something like that. But in here, that's interesting. Still here. You see, it's still here. Oh, that's interesting then. Okay, so let's go back to here again, right? Let's say show IP here, show IP route. Just make sure do I still have in here, show IP route EIGRP. I should check in here first. Yeah, see, this is automatically is gone. This is just for example, if I reject it again in here just on purpose, see, if I reject it again in here, and then I just come here, check again. It should be quick. Look at that. Yep, that's why I want to try to show it to you. See, it should be quick. Now, if I show no again, it should be quick again to remove. You see, that's what we call EIGRP. See, and then in here, yep, look at that. That's why I like EIGRP. When there's kind of routing update, it's very fast. But instead, you have to be waiting. Okay. Let's go back to here again. This one maybe we have to clear. I don't want to clear. I don't want to clear. But it's interesting in here. All right, let's do quick in here. Let me just on purpose in here. Just want to clear IP OSPF process, right? And then say yes. I want to re-update again, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so IP route again, OSPF. Why we still have ignite? Oh, because we have, so, no. I was looking wrong. I was looking wrong, sorry. So that's why I say, well, I believe it should be quick, Yeah, I should looking like 172, not this one, because we already include the subnet. We should be. I should be looking for the 172 because we removed 172. Yes, my fault. Yeah, so that's why sometimes it's like while you're talking, when your brain, sometimes cannot focus in the same time. Okay, all right. So now we should be happy now, right? So we have. Then how about this side now? Because say for example, if the network guy sit in here, right? He's sitting here. Now in here it's just only EIGRP. Now what happened now if they want to come back in some issue in here, but they want to log in here? But then in this time have to be reverse. Reverse is OSPF have to be redistribute into the EIGRP. Oh my goodness, you see? Okay, let's try it. You see? Okay, so like let's go back to here first. Like we take the last one in here. You see here? Okay, so this one we only just to verify again. We should have show run section in here router OSP. No, not just routers. Yeah, we should have only BGP and EIGRP, right? This is the MPLS router. Yep, you see, we only have EIGRP here, right? So now when we show IP route, you see, show IP route, then we should be only learn Okay, not from I'm only interested in IGRP, right? So in EIGRP, you see, that's a beautiful. This is our own networking name, but I don't see here. I don't see all here, right? For example, what is this loopback again in here? Show IP interface. Try to find out what is the loopback 999. This oh, this one doesn't have either. If I don't want to create, let's focus on here because I think we create one on here. So the code switch two, let's see code switch two here quick. Show IP route again, OSPF, right? So we should be learn. Yep, we should be same thing again. We try to ping first. The other side is with no problem, right? But then same thing in here. Let me see here. Show IP interface brief. We should have the 9. Yeah, you see, we should have the 11. But now you see when you on this side, we don't have the 11, right? The loopback 255.255.11. So let's go back to the MPLS again on this side. See, right? So when you show again in here, you see, I don't have 255.255.11. When you show go to IP route, just say even you say show IP route in BGP, you see, do we have 255.255? Yeah, here we don't, right? Otherwise, it's going to default route. So we don't want to go to default route, right? So that is mean now, that's what I'm saying. Can we redistribute now OSPF to the EIGRP? So now they can have learn all from OSPF. You see in here? All right, so now let's try it. Okay, so let's go back to here. Let's go back to, because we have to go back this one again because this is the guy. Okay, so now, okay. All right, so now let's exit out here. So now we're going to say router. This time is EIGRP 1. Okay, so now we're going to say redistribute. Can I redistribute OSPF? Okay, so this is OSPF, and then what else? 1, same thing. What else? Here, you see in here we don't have a tag, right? But we can use the metric, right? You can see if I want to use the metric in here. Can we use the metric as a tag? And now the metric in here is going to be change the bandwidth. You have to be careful. Okay, but can I say here is 110? Just say if I want to set metric as 110, if I don't care about the calculation, right? If you have a redundant path or multiple path like that, because in here I only have one path in here, so I don't care unless you have another path in here. Go back to here. You see that is we call it the metric. Otherwise, this router is going to be if I learn from here. If I learn from here, that is the metric is going to be depend. See which one I should go here as a primary or which one I should go to here. So that is because in EIGRP, the beautiful is we have a tag, but in here, see, somehow we don't have a tag, so we just use the metric. So now, because anyway, we just only have one path in here, right? Okay, just this is on purpose. I demo it for you. So okay, we use the 110 because when I show something in here, so we can understand that redistribute is learning from OSPF. Okay, so let's say 1110. So what else? Oh my goodness. So okay, so we have a delay also. Do we want to do this kind of, oh right, this is the hate number for the EIGRP. Those kind of calculations, they have a 5 calculation, and I forgot. They have a, we call something CK or KB. I forgot. Because they have the formula. They have the formula how to calculate, for the EIGRP, something like that. You see. All right, so in here, same thing again. We just make something, okay? So we just make something in here, something like this. Or can we just see, or just leave it like this, because this is anyway, it's just only one link. Okay, so that maybe, I don't know, this is a good practice or not. Just demo it to you, but since we have a one in here, and I would say just go ahead. Let's see what else. If I put a question mark in here, oh, look at that. So this kind of stuff, they have a reliable. That's what I'm talking to you about. We have a 5K in here. So that's all depend the calculation. Here, okay, I want to say 255. Let's take whole thing, the delay, and then yet another 255. Okay, so that's gonna okay. You see, okay, see the MTU. You see, so many thing in here. MTU say okay. I'm gonna say take a what? Just say 110 again, something like that. You see here. That's why you see. That's why I mentioned about 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. You see, we have a 5 variable that need to calculation, but they have a formula. That's why we do. Sometimes we don't like in the exam, for EIGRP. We have to calculate this kind of stuff. All right. So now we should be able to hit enter. Oh my goodness. You see. See, unless you don't want to use the metric, just hit enter like that. But this is just only on purpose, for you. All right, so now hit enter. All right, so now, see, if we go back to here, show run again, section, router. Let's see, we want to see what kind of configuration. Okay, so we're not worried about BGP now. Okay, so now, see, this is EIGRP now. So we're going to redistribute everything from the OSPF one, and then we're going to set the metric here, right? This is something the inference, you see. But this is, but I don't think so. It's okay. It doesn't matter because we just only one single path in here. But if you say, for example, if this router, if we have another link to here, so that might be matter. Okay, that is maybe matter. So that's why this two router is going to learning it from two-way, and then it depends this kind of metric. You see here. So that is the same thing like when you in the exam something like that when you have a multiple link because in the question say okay if I want to learn for that prefix I prefer this is a primary link go like this you see that's why how you do that and then that's why you have the trigger you have the trigger with this kind of metric that's why BGP is more easy using the local weight those kind of stuff or weight, just set up more easy than OSPF or EIGRP. Got it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So now let's see what happened now. So if now we go back to the MPLS router in here. Okay. So now do I learn anything from OSPF into the EIGRP, right? So then I should show IP route, EIGRP. Do I learn anything? It sound like no. Oh, sound like no. Okay, so how about show IP route? You see here? Interesting. You see? Normally, sometimes when you redistribute into the EIGRP, it should be, I forgot too, it should be, no, 200 is a BGP, and then this should be like something 190 that's, I need to remember. Okay, so we can find out. Don't worry about on that one first, the 80. So now, so now, just for example, if I show IP route, do we learn 10.55.255.11? Nothing, not in the table. So that is mean the redistribute into the EIGRP is not working. Let's go back to here again. So, so what else could be, right? So first thing in the VPS router, do we do correctly in the? Let me show again. Show run section router. Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. Did I configure in the wrong? Yeah, we should configure in here. Wait. See, because this one here, see, there's nothing. Let me see which one we configure. This is the VPS router. VPS router. Oh yeah. Look at that. Oh, okay, no wonder. Sorry. This is the this is the wrong demo, because in here we don't have an OSPF. That's why it's not working. This will make you laughing. Oh come on, Uncle Ray. Okay, sorry about that. Okay,
It's all good.
Yeah, let's go back here again. Sorry. So let's go back to here. Remove it. I said no wonder. Okay, so let's be be in the production. You have to be careful. Oh my goodness. All right, so let's remove this one here. So no, this one. Okay, this is the wrong. So we should be logged in this one here, the VPS router. Okay, so go back to here again, the VPS router here. That's the one because this one here we have a OSPF, right? Yeah. Otherwise, the other one doesn't have a OSPF. You tell me, how can I reach it into the EIGRP? Is that funny? Yes, it is funny. Yeah. Okay, let's go back quick in here. Go to router EIGRP one. So hopefully I can copy and paste. If yep, you see, this is the same thing, the whole command. Okay, so hit enter. So now we go back in here now. Now should be happy, right? So go back to all the way here, the MPS router in here. Okay, so now I just see, oh, beautiful. Look at that. It's automatic learning. See, before, because we configured the wrong router, so we got nothing. So now we are in the correct router. So now it's beautiful. It's a very redistributed EIGRP into the no OSPF into the EIGRP this time. But look at the distant ID. It's changed. It's 170. Yeah. This is, see, you have to remember this is 170. So one everything the default when you redistribute from into the EIGRP, it changed to 170. You see, but the no, the BGP is something that did I tell you BGP, IBGP is a 200. So you have to be always in this kind of AD, this kind of AD you have to memorize. Nothing can help you. You have to memorize very well. When the exam, they always ask you when they redistribute, like for example, in this case, when they redistribute OSPF into the AIGRP, what is the AD number? You see, now you should be know it's a 170. Yeah, you have to be aware in the exam like that. Sometimes sometimes if you not put attention like this, even on your troubleshooting in the real network, right? Not only deal with the exam, but if it's the real network, the guy who configure like this, and then you say, my goodness, what is this mean in here? So that's why you have to be well understand about the A, the AD number. What is the chain, or something like that. Okay. So now you see this is into via EIGRP, blah, blah, blah. You see that's good. It's beautiful, right? So now you see in here, can I ping all the way 10.255.255.11? Beautiful. You see now everything the guy is sitting here, you should be able to ping. Go to here. All right. Okay, but then you have to be careful also, right? Because when you read it, but especially when you have a multiple link in here, see when you read it, you bit here to here, and then sometime they have like it could be potential. It causing the routing loop. See those kind of stuff. When you have to be trace route, or sometimes they cannot log in because it's a potential. Okay, it's a routing loop. So that is the same thing. We have the documentation. If you really go for this kind of design, right? Otherwise, same thing. And then same thing. If you come to this company, say, then when you troubleshooting like this, and they say whoever the leftover they left the company, and then you will say, oh come on, who that guy? Why he want to so fancy? You say why he want to fancy created EIGRP, OSPF with BGP, so it creates so many headaches. Yeah, you see. So sometimes it's not make sense at all. Okay, so sometimes say, what is the purpose? Why he want to set up like that, right? But for me, see, I don't want my network is become complex. You see, it's become like it's difficult, right? Because potential those kind of like a routing loop or something like that. That's why you have to wear that you want to design. Right? And same thing in here in our case, we just want to design it